What up, YouTube? Johnny B, UpsideDownDrafting.com, Week 3 waivers. Let's take a look at the waiver wire golden nuggets. This is what we're trying to do right here. Trying to sift out, get rid of the pyrite or fool's gold, and go after guys that can help you win your league and get you into the playoffs. That's all we're trying to do here, folks. Good for Derrick Henry and the Tennessee Titans. He was the ultimate backup, handcuff, whatever you want to call in fantasy football. So, if you're trying to get Derrick Henry on the waiver wires in Week 3, something's wrong with your league terribly. This channel's for a little bit deeper leagues. I am a dynasty guy by heart. I got out of redraft because, quite frankly, it's too easy. I'm not trying to claim to be any expert here, but redraft is fun in its own right. I don't discredit it. I don't discount it. I think there's a place for it, and it's very fun. I get redraft. But the thing is, you lose all these running backs in redraft, and your season can be over, quite frankly, in the first 2 weeks. Whereas Dynasty, it never ends. So I encourage you, Dynasty. Try to find a Dynasty league. Start one. Because you'll see this is the year of the satellite running back, Chris Thompson, okay? Washington, like we foresaw in the preseason, Samaje P. Ryan would enter. I didn't think he'd enter this soon. I thought he would enter week 4 or 5, which we need those 5 data weeks, okay? No expert on this planet can do fantasy football well until you get 5 weeks of data. I say that every week. I say that every year, okay? So these are some guys right here that I like before the data pool runs. Once we get about a month of football, we're going to know. And we're getting close. We're in week 3, right? So Chris Thompson is somebody in the backfield that you already have your strong runner, your horse, unless he's injured. And then you have your RB2, and now we're looking for those RB3s that we can plug in our bench and move up. James White is still a guy on my list, only because of injuries and things like that. And New England, don't be 100% committed yet on what Belichick's doing with Rex Burkhead, okay? I still like James White. I still think he's the guy that's going to come out of the backfield and in the end get the fantasy points that can help you. Are some of these guys gone, drafted? Yeah, I'm sure. I don't know your league. Again, I'm speaking from more of a standpoint of these are the guys I like. If you're in a deep league, all of a sudden Alex Collins, who I was high on last year, I just like the way he runs. The problem is, there's too many guys in Seattle, and their situation right now is the offensive line. First of all, you can't grow offensive linemen anymore. I don't know where they went. They're abolished. Offensive line people in high school right now suck. The people in college, where are they in the NFL? We are seeing defense just absolutely rummage through these folks. One arm into an offensive lineman, putting on ice skates backwards. I have not seen this in the NFL in a while. And it clearly shows you that Seattle's in trouble, okay? Which is why Russell Wilson and all those fools that catch the ball, minus Jimmy Graham, who's hurt, will improve. But Alex Collins, it just wasn't any room for him, right? With all those guys they got. So, all right, Baltimore. And now, you see how he does. I'm not suggesting you go out running to Alex Collins. I have a 1% waiver wire. But if you have the bench, somebody you should keep in mind. I don't know. Baltimore always has a good run game. You always think of history. Who has run games? Kansas City, Baltimore, right? Those guys have always had good run games over the years of fantasy football. Could he be a deep staff? Sure. Okay. Darren Sproles, I don't have to go into the reasons why to get him, but he's on my list for week 3. I'm not going to give you any other obvious candidates. Sorry. I don't have any magic for you. These are the guys that I see that could be available in your league. And if not, well, then I don't know. Figure out something else. Week 3 wide receivers. Jermaine Kearse, I like him for the Jets. Coleman, I'm seeing some things in the Saints with him. He is an oldie but goodie. So 2 of these guys are kind of veterans, and I'm kind of leaning on. I think what's happening right now in the NFL is you want to go with guys who have experience with offenses that are going to throw the ball. Jermaine Kearse, yeah, the Jets are a mess, dude. But if you want to take a risk on a guy who actually can grab the ball, why not? I don't know. The Jets are going to be throwing for their lives. The sad truth is the funny thing is to me, Blau Powell last year, who I was very high on. I drafted him in the 12th round, and then the year before I did the same thing. All of a sudden, it's like everyone is late to the game this year because Blau Powell's in trouble. Matt Forte is there. The Jets are a dumpster fire. And so the only thing left you have now on the Jets is, Robbie Anderson stretching the field, going for deep balls, or Jermaine Kearse getting these, looks in quasi trash mode in Jets. So if you're interested in that sort of thing, that's why he's my best of the wide receivers. But this year, this waiver wire, and yours is too, is depleted. There's not a lot of guys. I did see some things from Deontay Thompson on the Bears. That's because they just don't have any freaking receivers. So again, guys, I'm not really helping you, I don't think, on this video. I'm just bringing up some guys that could help your bench. And if there's nobody on this list that helps your bench, then ditch this video right now. Click the red X. Get out of here. You don't need my help this week. Get on the cheap, maybe in deeper leagues. Okay, Allison on Green Bay. That's only because of the situations with injury concern. But Aaron Rodgers is still throwing the ball really well, like he always will this year. They got Richard Rodgers still on the team. I'm seeing him getting looks for tight end, which if they can keep the tight end going, there's some chances for some streaking wide receivers. So he's a home run ball type of guy, I would think. I don't know. Again, get on the cheap. I wouldn't spend too much on him or have him anywhere near some of the guys that I like up here. To improve your bench, that's all you're trying to do, guys. Put yourself in the chess mode here. Some of these guys are pawns. They are not rooks and knights. They are guys that could be available later on in fantasy football to help you. Zach Miller is my only tight end I have for you this week. I can't think of anybody else, and I don't even know if Zach Miller is viable on your waiver wire. Maybe someone drafted him, but the tight end position right now is interesting. You have rookies like Njoku, Evan Ingram, who I'm very high on. I have both of those guys shares of in all my leagues, so I can't really give you any secrets at this point, week 3. I've known about those guys for a lot of months, just like everyone else, but I spent the money on my early rookie drafts to get them in the first round, both of them. So I already have those guys in Dynasty. Redraft for you, I have no idea who took a chance on them, and if those guys are still available, then again, these are obvious type of tight ends you want. I'm sticking with maybe the old veteran tight end here, Zach Miller, who is getting old, and the Bears drafted all these rookie tight ends. They got all this talent at tight end, but right now I'm seeing Glennon, as advertised, struggling, but he's still hitting the veteran. That's what's funny. Glennon going to the veteran tight end. Pretty soon you're going to get the rookie tight end in Chicago. Just wait, it's coming. So, take advantage of Zach Miller right now, especially if you're like a, Greg Olsen owner and you lost him. These dinosaurs are going to move out, fellas. So, you got to take their experience, the Jason Wittens of the world. They're just big, dude. They're big and they get hurt, okay? Jimmy Graham, big, gets hurt. That's just what's going on. They've played a lot of years, and so this could be Zach Miller's last year. And in the meantime, if you can steal a poker hand, you do it with Zach Miller, I think, right now with a Bears offense, especially possible quarterback change. And once that happens, it could be very interesting. So I'll take him. On the cheap, Ben Watson, Baltimore Ravens, always a good tight end team. It's a shame they lost their main workhorse, this year, and so I've always kind of kept my eye on him. Defense-wise, it's Pittsburgh. It's too obvious, if you play that sort of thing with the defense. New England's going to probably be the top defense this week going in, but I like Pittsburgh always in the defense. Something about that name always works out well. It's still early enough. You just can't lose 7 games in fantasy football, okay? So just try to squeeze by if you're 0-2 right now. Don't fret. There's still chances. You just can't lose 5 more. Got it? Season is going strong on who I told you to grab. Again, I drafted him in May, in June in another league, and then I just got him actually in August in a draft. So I already had him going into week 1. I knew about him, knew about Austin Hooper. Good things for Atlanta Falcons because that defense is looking really good too. I like the Falcons, man. There's no regression for Matt Ryan. These people that write all these articles are high on drugs. Get as much of the Atlanta offense as you can. Mohamed Sanu, one of the best wide receiver 2s in the league, okay? Couple that with Hooper and the running backs they have. It's a good situation. Week 2, I talked about Allen Hurns. We talked about Nelson Aguilar last week in the Baltimore defense. So, I'm just trying to give you guys some ideas here. Again, you're going to have to make it a routine for this waiver wire stuff. You're going to have to watch some players. I don't want to say the cliche lines like you got to watch film. No, what you have to watch are how guys run routes and who's throwing them the football. That's all you need to learn. I talked about Des Bryant earlier this year and how you needed to get him before week 3. I said trade for him, try to get him, and that was the way to do it. And I think Des is going to be a popular guy coming up here with the Cowboys now throwing for their lives on some of these defenses. I mean, the first 4 or 5 weeks for Dallas are tremendously tough. Scott Fishbowl, I'm 1-1. I'm not bad. I should have won this week. I made a couple lineup mistakes. I'm in the goofy division if you're following me on scottfishbowl.com. It's a 2-quarterback league. You can start 2, so 6 points each. That makes it a premium. That's why I took Matt Ryan, Phillip Rivers. I do have Kaiser. He needs some Advil or Excedrin for those migraines, and bless his heart, hopefully he's going to be okay for the long run because I got big things planned for him the back half of the year. He's just got to get used to the NFL defenses, the speed, all that blah, blah, blah. Dalvin Cook, DeMarco Murray, I was high on him, because of that offensive line. He's hurt, so I'll have to shift gears. I did not back him up with Derrick Henry, but that's okay. I got some other guys, Ty Montgomery. I have some flyers, Jamal Charles, Kamara, Aaron Jones, who I love on Green Bay. Is he going to be this year? I don't know. Yeah, I take flyers on guys. James Conner, another guy that can win you the frickin' league if something happens to Le'Veon Bell. You never know. Kerwin Williams, I thought it was a good idea preseason, but he's turning out to be muddled in a murky situation. I still have faith in him. I mean, he's still a good runner and everything. Arizona's just a frickin' mess right now. Travis Kelce was my first pick in this league because it's a premium tight end for Scott Fish. You get a lot of points for first downs. They took away PPR, and I can't think of a better guy who definitely had a good week last week. Evan Ingram, first touchdown, looking good. Austin Hooper, those are pretty solid tight ends. And then, in typical upside-down drafting form, I got Amari Cooper early, and I got Sanders, someone who's steady Eddie. I could have taken Tyreek Hill here. I remember the day that it was my turn on a slow draft, and I thought about taking Tyreek Hill, and then I went back to the old steady Eddie Emmanuel Sanders, and I'm seeing some things in Denver. C.J. Anderson will get hurt. We already know that. And I'm just seeing some things where, offensive coordinator, coach, Denver, they're throwing the ball, man. They are throwing the ball. Yes, they're running the ball well too, but I like how they're throwing it. He got in the end zone. Chris Hogan, ultimate wide receiver 3 last year. It was the year of the wide receiver 3. This year, it's the year of the satellite running back. Don't forget. Tyler Lockett, here's my home run hitter. So I have possession guys with Corey Davis. I have another home run hitter. I have possession again. And then I have kind of upside young stud, Juju on Pittsburgh. So I'm in the goofy division. If you can log in or take a look on MFL.com, you can kind of follow me, and it's a Disney theme this year with all the Disney characters, and that's Scott Fish. And man, I just appreciate you guys tuning in this week. Any questions? Email me. upsidedowndrafting@gmail.com. I'm at UDDWorks on Twitter. Again, I'm a Dynasty guy. I made the transformation. I'll never look back. I'm happy to help the redraft folk out there because I think it's frustrating when you're going on all these websites and guys just give you the vanilla picks that everybody and your brother are going for. So hopefully I've shown you a few things. Are we going to find the Thomas Rawls like I went boldly out a few years back and told you to go get Thomas Rawls like 2 weeks before anybody knew? I don't know. I'm here to try to find the golden nuggets, but it's not about these cheat sheet rankings, guys. You really got to see past the red tide, as I write here. Find the blue ocean. Do something different. Find the gems. Enjoy. Dynasty, if you can get in one. For your redrafters out there right now, you got to catch the waiver wire, and you got to catch some lucky breaks. And hopefully you have a guy that can throw the actual football, because right now there's not too many of those with the offensive linemen. Johnny B, UpsideDownDrafting.com. I'm happy you guys are checking me out. I am playing some golf here, getting back into the swing of things, but this is what I do. This is exactly where I'm calling all the shots from right now when I'm not golfing. I'm in my office, right? It's fun. I wrote a book a while back, UpsideDownDrafting.com, inspired by Matt Waldman, who is my hero and my mentor. I am only doing this website to preserve what Upside Down Drafting is all about. And here's some of the stuff I've been doing. Fun stuff in 2013. I haven't really thought about some of the other things going on with like fantasyknuckleheads.com. Big proponent of those guys. Kurt Turner, your source. Check out fantasyknuckleheads.com if you guys want a second opinion. And also, thefootballguys.com. I'm a big supporter of that. But, I've been doing fantasy football for almost 20 years. I love it. I'm a family guy. There's my daughter. It's what I do. And, we play for a green jacket. We're a big golfer league here, so we have a green jacket. And, yeah, Caddyshack is my favorite movie. So, all right, guys, as cheesy as that is, I'm out of here, man. I will see you guys on the next show. Peace. Be good, and go get the gems on the waiver wire. Johnny B, I'm out.